next bullet, man. These bullets keep coming. We lost the late great Chadwick Boseman, man. Black Panther, Wakanda forever. You know that one hurt, man. And I'll say, man, you never know someone's impact until sometimes they're gone, until it's too late. I didn't know Chadwick Boseman had that much of an impact on my life,
right,
until he was gone.
Right, and it's crazy because he was, I say death comes in threes, right? Even though these specific three deaths were kind of spread out,
right,
but it was impactful. Nipsey was impactful. Kobe was impactful.
Right.
But Chadwick's impact was fairly recent.
Right.
It was fairly recent with Black Panther being the highest grossing individual superhero movie ever.
Right.
It took Avengers to knock off Black Panther in the amount of money it grossed.
Right.
So that just goes to show you the impact on everybody.
Right.
But because it was specifically African and African American themed, I think it had an even deeper impact on us.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm not a big Marvel dude or DC dude or whatever the case is, but I remember kind of people that are Marvel people and DC people kind of getting me caught up on Black Panther. And of course, I went to see the movie to support, Black people, the whole thing behind it, right?
Mm-hmm.
I felt like the whole kind of cultural thing behind it. I'm a person that watches like a lot of interviews and things like that. And I've watched a lot of interviews with Chadwick Boseman, and just the type of person he was, man, the way he spoke, how insightful he was, how articulate he was, how he really cared about the art and of storytelling.
Right.
He was just a good dude, in my opinion, from what I was able to see, man. And in doing some research, watching some interviews, I saw an interview with Ryan Coogler, who's the director of Black Panther, young dude from Northern California. And they were talking about how they drew some of the inspiration for the movie, how he went back to Africa to kind of, touch the people and get the inspiration. And he talked about going to Lesotho, which is where my mom's from, and it's a small country in southern Africa. And he just talked about, I remember he was on Hot 97 and he mentioned he went to Lesotho, and the first thing Ebro said was like, "What? Where's that?" And he said, "Exactly." He said it's a small landlocked country in southern Africa, and it's a extremely poor country, but it's rich in culture. He said he was immediately embraced, by the people there, and they got the idea for a lot of the blankets that you see in the movie, are from Lesotho, inspired by Lesotho. And I have one of those blankets in my house. My mom has a lot of those blankets, and I just appreciated the authenticity of that movie. The fact that they did go back to the motherland. They went to a few other countries, but the fact that they did go back to the motherland and took it that serious and drew that inspiration. I salute Ryan Coogler. I salute again Chadwick Boseman. Michael B. Jordan. That whole cast. Just how real they kept it, man. How authentic they kept it, and that meant a lot to me. And again, I didn't know it in the moment when I was watching those interviews. I'm like, yeah, that's dope. That's dope. But when Chadwick Boseman died, I'm like, damn. He brought my culture and to the main stage.
And that was a great point. A lot of us aren't really connected to our roots. So in that aspect, that's amazing that you have that tie and that connection back to your homeland. For me, the one thing that stood out to me about Black Panther was the character of Killmonger and how he was a part of, Wakanda, a part of Africa, but due to his father going out and doing a mission in America and having a child in America with an American black woman, Killmonger was detached away from his natural heritage and his culture. And you kind of see he had a spiteful nature towards his culture because of it. I'm not going to say that me personally, I have a spiteful nature, But I am of mixed race. I have DNA of Native American, African, Caucasian, Asian DNA all in one. Mainly Nigerian and Caucasian, but I feel him. I feel Killmonger and having a sense of longing to be somewhere or wanting to be a part of a family or a culture. You kind of feel alone in this walk of life when you are detached. And I think I could speak for a lot of people, a lot of African Americans that feel detached from their culture. And Killmonger set that stage for that perspective in the movie. So you have Killmonger and you have Black Panther, and you can see how they're similar, but then they have slight differences, that create the protagonist and antagonist of the movie. It's crazy, man. But on another note, rest in peace, Chadwick.
Rest in peace, Chadwick. Absolutely.
He died from colon cancer.
Colon cancer. Yep. And he had been battling it for a while.
A few years,
and he
actually filmed Black Panther with colon cancer.
Right, he filmed a few movies with it.
Yeah.
And he showed up to work every day and kind of put the art first, and delivered on some phenomenal movies. And for that, man, we appreciate you, man. You were in service to the people, man. You gave us some incredible art. You left us with some incredible art, man. So we thank you for that, Chadwick. And rest in peace again. But yeah, he did die from colon cancer. He's battling for a while. And that just goes back to kind of the whole COVID conversation. Man, colon cancer is the risk of getting it is higher in African Americans. So you want to make sure you have that health insurance where you can go to the doctor, have those routine checkups and those routine visits, get checked out, make sure you're healthy. So that's huge. That's the takeaway there. But again, you don't know how someone's going to impact you or how they have impacted you sometimes until it's too late. So Chadwick was a big impact that I didn't even know of. I didn't even think of. But RIP to Chadwick. Condolences to his family. Another legend that the Black community has lost in 2020.